But Prof. Omenya, is this something we should consider? Staggered polls, like what Saska is saying, that then maybe there might be a bit more efficiency on that? Also give you assessment of how they've performed today.
Trevor, is interesting. In fact, with the performance, there's performance of IBC on one side, but then there's a voter turnout on the other side that you have to think about. I think a lot of Kenyans go to the polls to vote for one or two positions. So if you stagger polls, we may actually see something that is akin to these by-elections where nobody shows up. You can actually see that many people go to the polls to vote for the president and the governors and so on. But having said that, I think we need to somehow distance ourselves a little bit from IBC and what they're doing to be able to give them a fair assessment. As Dr. is highlighted here, really, and it's a complaint from the lawyers generally that there are very few petitions. and nobody, and there are very few complaints, you know, for the other positions. There are very few complaints about MCAs, about members of parliament, you know, governors, senators, and so on. The problem comes to, you know, when it comes to presidential. And the question really that one needs to engage with is, why are presidential elections in Kenya problematic? Election days themselves are not an issue. In fact, we vote quite peacefully. The counting normally starts quite peacefully, and then in between, we are now hearing stuff that even Bollywood movie, you know, would put Bollywood movie to shame. But I think what is clear is that, yes, on one hand, there's performance of IBC, but on the other hand, at least now we know for a fact that Kenyan presidential elections are interfered with by everybody, from the state to the contestants and so on, and they're very high stake. In fact, this time around, we are even hearing our intelligence, you know, forces being mentioned in Kenyan presidential elections. And I think the issue may partly be IBC, but I don't believe it's a problem that will be solved by how we disbandle whether we disband the IBC or reconstitute it, because actually, right from the start, you know, reconstitution of IBC and so on is done with presidential election in mind, and their performance is normally okay until it reaches the presidential election. And everything in the presidential election is normally okay until it comes to tallying and the outcome, the final outcome, as exactly were. Yes, I think even as we, you know, beam light on IBC and try to figure out what's happening, it might also be quite possible to give IBC the benefit of doubt and look at, you know, Kenyan politicians who lack, you know, basic political hygiene and behavior. It's only that it happens that they're very high offices, so nobody can actually come to citizen and say that maybe is our president behaving badly, or you know, the deputy president behaving badly, or Right Honorable Raila behaving badly, or the military behaving badly, and so on. You know, those are things we don't touch. So it's easy to say Chebukati this and Cherera that and so on. And when it comes to the rest, you know, somebody is told, no, be careful. You tread carefully. It's national sovereignty, and rightly so.
Yeah. Frankly.